Alright, productizers, now we're starting to get to the exciting parts. In this lesson, we'll learn how to get your first clients. So one of the most daunting tasks when you're starting your business is to get your first 3 customers. You're essentially asking someone to put their faith in you, even though you've never shown that you can deliver the service that you say you can. However, like any product, if your offer really hones in on a valid pain point for the business and the price is right, people will give you a shot. So let's talk about 4 places that you can look for your first customers. The first, and by far the easiest, is your own network. When you use your network, even though your friends and family may not be familiar with your web design skills, they're familiar with and trust you. And trust is one of the biggest factors in choosing a web designer. If you're like me, asking your network is not something that you're excited to do. I find it feels a little better if you ask people one-to-one rather than blasting it out on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Twitter. However, that decision is purely a comfort issue, so do whatever feels right and will produce results. But one way or another, you really need to ask your friends and family members if they need a website, or ask them to refer you to someone in their network that might need a website. Next are local businesses. Here, it's time to do some old-fashioned marketing and leverage your local community. In order of effectiveness, you can personally go out and knock on doors to arrange meetings, make phone calls to arrange in-person meetings, and last, though least effective, send out cold emails offering to build the website for free. If you're going to do this, make sure your cold email talks about the local business's place in the community and any interactions that you've had with them or that your friends have had with them. Then we have local events. Meetup.com is a great way to meet people in a specific industry. Especially if you live in a big city, there are meetup groups for almost every industry. Go to these events, hand out your business cards, and explain to them the situation. You're a web designer who's starting a new business focusing on their specific industry. You know that you'll eventually be able to charge X dollars for a website, but right now you need to build a portfolio, so you'd love the opportunity to work for free. And finally, the last area to look is freelance job boards. These can be hard to break into, however, as the pool of applicants is gigantic, and without a track record, people may not even open your message. However, if you put in a really low bid, you're from the same country as of the job poster, and you again explain your situation, you may have some luck. Also, with any of these avenues, one way to increase the chances that a business will go with you to build their website is to build it first, then reach out. If you don't have a portfolio, this can double as practice and additional proof that you're able to handle the job. I wouldn't resort to this at first, but if you find yourself having trouble, you may want to do this for 3 to 5 businesses and see if you can get a bite that way. That, combined with good targeting, offering the website for free, and the cold email you'll see in the next section, should be plenty to get you your first few clients. If you're going to use cold email as part of your initial outreach strategy, head over to productized.com/DL to download a sample cold email that you can send out. And a side note about finding email addresses. If you're having trouble finding a good email address for the companies that you're trying to reach out to, you may want to try a service like leadfuse.com or prospect.io. These are services that help you find email addresses given a person's LinkedIn profile or company website. So here is the cold email that you can send to try and get some initial clients. So you can see here, the subject line, you use the potential client's first name, and then you say, I want to work for you for free. And then in the opening paragraph, you just tell them that you like their company, and you include some specific things about their company just to demonstrate that you've done your research and that you've taken the time to learn about their company. Then you explain your situation and give them a call to action. Call you at your number. And if you have any websites that you can show them, you can include them right here. Now, along with the template for the cold email for initial clients, you should also download the initial outreach worksheet and fill that out. And again, you can get that on productized.com/DL. So here's the initial outreach worksheet. that I recommend filling out, and this is simply a way for you to organize your outreach efforts to make sure that you're hitting the 4 different places that you can look for your initial clients. So fill those out one by one. You may find that you get all of the clients that you need in your network, but if not, then you can move on to local businesses, then local events, and then finally freelance job boards. So after completing that worksheet and doing your initial outreach, my guess is you'll have some initial interest. But now, how do you convince your prospects to take out their wallets and buy your services? Well, in the next section, we'll talk about successful selling. See you there.